Yeah.
We're just opening beers. Hey, what's up, Nick? What's happening?
I don't have COVID anymore.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's a good day.
It is.
That's all that happened to me in the last 2 weeks. So we're counting on you and our wonderful guest to bring some interesting shit to the podcast.
Because you were just at home.
I was just at home, just sad.
Just sad.
Not even that sick. Just couldn't fucking do anything.
Just couldn't do anything.
It's so funny at the last couple of shows. I was like, oh, Nick hasn't shown up. That's weird because you go to every single show. And then it literally in the car here, I was like, oh, that's right. He was sick. I knew that the entire time, but I was always like looking out for you.
Yeah.
It's like so weird.
Well, we better introduce you.
Right.
This is we've got the great the mastermind behind the size 10 Instagram ever since it's become interesting.
Mm-hmm.
We got Paul, Bjorn's partner, Paul.
Let's see if I got that.
Hi.
Hi, Paul.
Hello. Should I? Hi.
You can follow him on Instagram at PSPort.
That's one way to say it.
007?
I say P-Sport 007.
P-Sport 007.
Which is really confusing.
Because you're not into water sports.
No. Shall I explain my
Yeah,
handle?
I actually didn't. My mind didn't go there because I'm a good Christian.
Well, a lot of people's minds do. So, so what was it? 8th grade, 9th grade when we got the internet?
Yeah.
I'm kind of old. So then I was thinking about email addresses. I was like, okay, Polo Sport. That's the cologne I wear. Polo Sport. I'm going to do that. And of course, I'm a massive James Bond fan. Mm-hmm. So I was like, 007. But I can't do Polo Sport. I think maybe it was taken. So I said P Sport. Flash forward to my early 20s. And, talking with guys online. And they're like, P Sport. So are you into water sports? And I was like skiing?
Yeah, bro, I like jet skis.
Yeah, like but then all of a sudden I was like, oh, okay, that was a consequence that I didn't intend to happen, but
you know, if you intended for that to happen in 6th or 7th grade, then you'd been exposed to some wild shit at an early age.
I guess so. So.
And I think that's a totally fair accidental thing to do in 6th grade.
And I guess I do sometimes pee in the shower and it lands on myself. So that
it kind of runs in the family because what's your dad's email address?
Do you also pee in the
blow up his
shower? What are we? Oh, okay.
No.
No, to myself. I don't pee on somebody in the shower.
We talked about it, and of course we're gonna blow up your dad's email address.
So my dad. So this is genetic. This is genetic, I guess. We just pick random emails. So my dad. Shout out to Thomas Heinrich. Mm-hmm. He's not gonna watch this, but his email address. And the first time he asked me to email something, I was just like, wait a minute, what? His email is bottombouncer something at gmail.com or whatever. And I was just like, what the heck does that mean?
But your dad's like an avid walleye fisherman,
He's a fisherman. And I never knew that was is that a lure?
It's a fishing technique. I can explain it. You get this thing with it's like a wire kind of shaped like an L. And on the head end, it's got a big blob of lead. And then on the tail end of it, it's got a lure. And what it does is the lead bounces along the bottom and holds the lure like a foot above the bottom where the fish are.
And then you have sex with your best friend in the boat.
Yeah, and actually you could if you so desired, because you just drive a boat around.
And it's bouncy.
And troll this thing on the bottom, and it bounces the bottom.
Now...
And if you were so inclined to have sex in the boat while fishing, this would be a good technique to employ in order to do kind of a hands-free type of fishing.
And it's kind of a great way to kind of put it out there without having to put it out there, like married guy into fishing.
Into fishing, winky face.
Winky face. I mean, my email is bottom bouncer. and honestly, for probably a half second, now if you knew my dad, never. But for a half second, I was like, wait a minute. Does mom know? Are they like, what's going on? I literally had like a moment where like everything I knew about my childhood.
Your whole world was
just like,
boom.
Just everything suddenly made sense.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, it runs in the family.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God. How do I hold on to this information? But thankfully, Now we know. It's just
He just likes fishing.
he just likes fishing.
That's what he wants you
no
to
gay
think.
stuff there.
I don't know. I'm not convinced.
You got a lot of time, a lot of alone time in a boat.
Hey, everybody's entitled to their secrets.
Everybody takes up new hobbies in retirement. That's all it is, you know.
I'm like, I've thought about it, and I'm like low key convinced that my grandfather was gay, and because he was a perfume salesman for his whole career.
Okay.
And he and his buddies would take a lot of like long deep sea fishing boat trips. And he was a super nice dresser. I mean, these are all just like me, just like being kind of homophobic. But he just, and he was definitely like, it seemed like he was a womanizer to the point in which it was like he was hiding something.
Oh, like he was a womanizer, but like in a cartoonish way?
Totally.
Like he wasn't...
he hit on the waitress to the point of we're like embarrassed. Like we're like, Grandpa,
like,
stop it.
Just calling women
totally.
like toots and shit like that?
Totally.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Just like
come over here, toots.
Yeah, I mean it was like, but it wasn't that
talk
aggressive.
like Andrew Dice Clay.
Where does that word even come from? Toots. Like what is the?
I don't know.
Is that Latin for something? That
I don't know.
The history of the word toots.
Yeah, let's
That's
learn.
what I would like to
because
know.
it's a funny word.
But keep
like
chatting as I.
But then, what does Tootsie Roll actually mean?
Yeah,
that's the question.
I don't know. That could be a sexual kind of candy.
and they have just gotten away with it for decades now.
You know what? I say we let them have it.
Let them have
I
it.
feel like they figured.
Well,
something out.
Tootsie is a person's foot. A young woman, especially perceived as being sexually available,
Is a Tootsie
used in a sentence. Are you aware that he has Las Vegas Tootsie?
A Las Vegas Tootsie.
That's an interesting sentence.
That is a weird sentence to say.
Okay.
That feels like a real old-timey phrase.
Well, it says a child's word for a person's foot.
A
too.
Tootsie.
A
I've heard
Tootsie.
that.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
So is Tootsie Roll like a chocolate foot?
Yeah.
It could be like a chocolate toe. They're usually about the size of maybe like your middle toe.
Well,
My big toe is bigger than a Tootsie Roll, but my second and third toes are roughly that size.
Okay.
Just to paint a nice
Tootsie.
picture for
So
the listeners.
can I start calling you Tootsie Roll?
Sure.
Okay.
Toots.
Just
Hey, Toots.
just to really confuse.
We should bring Toots back, is what I'm getting from this conversation.
I think it would be hilarious.
But then somebody would say you're saying totes wrong.
Toots. Am I spelling it wrong?
Oh yeah, because the kids say totes
Totes.
instead of totally.
Oh my God.
Because they're
Your totes a toots.
a snort of a drug, especially cocaine.
a toot.
No. Oh.
Can I get a toots?
I don't know anything about any of what you're talking about right now.
What?
Yeah, I thought people. I feel like I've heard
How do you
somebody call it a toot.
Cocaine?
Is that how you say cocaine?
Snort.
That's what the really fun people who do it. The kooky ones.
Oh,
they
the
call it
kooky ones.
cocaine.
The kooky canes.
Cocaine?
Yeah.
No one will know. Because
When you use it, just like when you own a bakery and you got to get up really early to make the macarons, and you're just like, you know what, I need a toot
for the
of
bakery.
cocaine.
For the bakery.
Yeah.
toot for the bakery. The bakery.
I think we're figuring it all out.
We should
Okay.
open. I just love that Portland is such a city of correcting people on pronunciation of things. And I was thinking it would be just like a hilarious life bit to start correcting people on like things that aren't, because I did this the other day. I'm going to blow it up a little bit. Like we had Ty Boyce on our comedy show, and he's like, "Do you know anything about Dallas, Oregon?" And I was like, "You mean the Dalles?" And he was like, "Oh, thanks for correcting me on the correct pronunciation of shitty town."
But those are
There
two
is a
separate
Dallas.
towns.
There's a Dallas, Oregon. It's
Dallas, Oregon, and the Dalles.
Yeah, it's west of Salem.
But I love.
I've never been there, but I know everything about it
I
because
just-
I looked at where it was on a map, and I was like, "Oh, I know what goes on there."
But
So is Dallas, Oregon, the Dallas of Oregon?
The Dallas.
No,
No.
Dallas is a big and important
Oh,
town
okay.
in Texas.
The
Dallas,
Dallas.
Oregon. I think they got like one saloon
Oh.
I feel like it's
I
Saloon.
assume-
Do you mean salon?
yeah,
No, I
salon.
most certainly don't.
Do you ever think about how so many names of towns in Oregon seem to be borrowed from other places too?
Oh, yeah.
There's like a Portland, Maine, which definitely was named it before this Portland.
well,
That's why this is this Portland.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
No.
Oh,
What is
okay.
it?
Well, yeah, no, how Portland got its name, Portland, Oregon. There was like when they founded it, there was like some goofball from Boston and some other goofball from Portland, Maine.
Okay.
And they both wanted to name it after their home city, and they flipped a coin, and the Portland, Maine guy won. And that's why
Instead
it's
of
Portland, Oregon.
Boston.
We would have been Boston,
We would have
Oregon.
been fucking Boston, kid.
Would that change our
I would
culture?
hope that it would make everybody here just take on a ridiculous Boston
so
accent,
much, but still nice.
but still be
Like-
super
like-
woke.
But would that mean like we would have to be Boston professional?
Like, hey, what are
league
your
fans?
fucking pronouns, kid?
Yeah, what are your fucking pronouns? Nah, you go. You go.
No, look at this fucking guy. I'm gonna let him fucking merge.
Yeah.
It's okay. Get your fucking Prius in there, kid. We're not in a fucking hurry.
What kind of MPG you get on that?
Wow, you really are wicked smart. It's fun.
Wow, those
Oh.
were some really good accents there.
Can you do one? You try.
Do
Try.
Oh,
Don't be afraid.
Boston?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Like
You
I-
say it to people all the time.
I know
'cause we
I
have a
do, but
Boston
this is
Terrier.
pressure because the
Oh, yeah, you've
lights, the
got a
camera, the action.
Fucking Boston Terrier.
Just go for
Yeah,
it.
I've got a Boston Terrier. Her name's Janet the Terrier. Janet the Boston. Follow on Instagram. It's real easy. You just press follow. There you go.
I love it. That was good
Okay,
too. What
there
are
we
you-
go.
It's a good plug.
Solid. And you
Oh,
plugged
speaking
social
of,
media
speaking of, I
plug.
got to bring something up.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So we were at an open mic the other day.
Your first time.
My first time going to an open mic.
Wow.
Hated it. Hated it.
Okay, now we can't say what open mic it was.
It could be any of them.
No. There'll be a detail in there that's going to
No.
make it very obvious which one. it
Okay,
is.
so I'll explain why I hated it.
Yeah.
So I like the showcase better because you have a certain
because
level
it's fun.
of I don't know what the word is. The open mic, I'm sure it was a great open mic for being what it was. I just don't like the format of an open mic.
I know which one it is.
Yes.
It's not a great one to spectate.
Okay, so maybe my first one.
If you're there specifically for comedy, it's
No,
the,
I was
the
there for
actual comedy aspect isn't going to be great.
Yeah. No, Bjorn talked me going
The comedy
into it.
aspect of the entire thing even being a thing,
Yeah.
tremendous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was needless to say, maybe
Yeah.
I should try another one, but maybe that will just reinstill my I'd rather go to showcase. But
Well, we're not going to name what one it is because I'm about to.
it's called no, I'm just joking.
No, we're not going to name which one it is.
Yeah.
I think if the host took a more positive outlook to it and set people up a little bit more for success, it could be better. It's too much of that, like, because there's like this weird comedy thing where they're just like, oh, this place sucks. Look at how dumb this thing is on the wall, where people just like shit all over the thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know where that came from because I've seen it go really well.
It's because it's easier to be funny in a negative way than in a positive way, and
Yeah.
it's an open mic, and so most people aren't going to be funny, period.
But
and
I still
so
love
the
this
lowest
one.
hanging fruit is like
Yeah.
shitting on it.
Yeah. Like, oh, nobody wants to be here. Let's get this show going.
That's one where people genuinely want to be there because
Yeah.
it's a fun time outside of the comedy.
and it's a drive out there. So
Yeah.
it's a ways away.
But-
We are just tiptoeing.
But
and-
I will say it was the first one, and I know what the first I'm gonna be very very in the middle here.
Yeah.
I didn't appreciate it, but I'm sure that somebody could. It wasn't bad, but here's the point of the story. There was a lovely lady who was visiting from another town who came up and she
unsolicited. It's just anytime you are a parent in any capacity, people just are like, come and check in that you're like doing a good job
Yeah.
with your parenting.
she like shotgun
And by parenting, we mean dog ownership.
Dog
dog
ownership.
owners.
Okay, let's, yeah.
So we're out there going in our car. She comes up and she says, "Oh, cute puppy," and then proceeds to just shotgun us all these questions about our puppy training skills. so
diet. And
like, okay, so have you socialized or da da da? And Bjorn is like, I can see on Bjorn's face like the annoyance.
Yeah.
So then she asked a really, and I was just like, oh yeah, and I was playing along. Oh, thank you, that's great. And then she asked one question: are you feeding her a breed specific diet? She's a Boston Terrier. So I said, yes. We give her baked beans every
Guinness.
morning. Guinness. And some really good Catholic guilt every morning. Just like every Boston should get. And she looked at me and she was like, okay, that's my cue. Like,
stop.
So like, okay.
It was the most brilliant way to tell her to just fuck off.
Yeah.
That's
I loved it.
What kind of...
And
oh
it was,
my God,
here's-
what kind of person?
Here's the other thing, Nick. It was funny, and she was a comedian, and so it was like a double, like a double thing to have somebody be funnier than her and tell her to fuck off.
Oh my God.
But
Just...
Like, didn't even ask.
I appreciate that she's concerned about our puppy. But maybe
I
just,
don't.
Well, I mean,
But
If
also-
it were, no, you're 100%
even
within your rights to
exchange
just be
names.
like,
Yeah.
I feel like
it was almost like, who the fuck are you?
this should stand for a puppy or
Yeah.
a kitten or a child, any of those things, other than, hey, what's its name?
Yeah.
You know,
How old, maybe?
how old is he? Is he,
Yeah.
does he know how to talk yet? He doesn't? That's okay. Don't even offer anything beyond that. It's not your kid. It's not your puppy.
Yeah.
Just be like, oh, it's
our
a
puppy to fuck up.
Yeah,
We get to do whatever
Look
we
at the
want.
puppy. It's so cute. Could I pet it?
Yeah. No, you can't because we're doing leash training. So please stay away from the
Oh,
puppy.
okay. Bye then. That's the only acceptable interaction. Backseat driving somebody's puppy training?
Yeah. No, it was.
It's a little dog. What's the worst? Even if you guys train it to be a monster, it'll just be annoying.
Like, imagine somebody coming up to you and like talking that way about your car.
like your car upkeep.
Like, so you're doing your oil changes every.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Are you
So
Yeah,
are you
I
using
mean-
car appropriate gas for that vehicle?
Yeah,
using
yeah.
the
that,
right weight of
that is kind of
oil?
like going up to somebody with a diesel truck and
Yeah.
just being like, now you're putting diesel in there, right?
I
You're
don't think
not
those
putting
tires are going to work
gasoline."
with those wheel wells. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw you turn
know
it into
what?
the gas station. You hit your wheel well a little bit. You think the tires need to come down a size or two, bud?
It's like, no, the truck has to go up an inch or two. You know?
So-
yeah.
Or like someone in a BMW. I'm
No,
just going to
that's-
keep this game going because
Yeah.
it's fun. Someone
Yeah.
in a BMW and you're like, you're putting premium in that, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So anyway, open
can't
mic's not my
believe-
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, so to be honest, I've never brought a dog to an open mic because I don't have a dog, and so I've actually solved your biggest problem with open mics by just not bringing a dog.
I honestly think you would have had a
That
better
may have been
time
part
if
of
the
it.
dog wasn't there.
Yeah.
But we just gotten her and it was like, let's bring her.
How is she? You guys took her to a class of some
Yeah,
sort.
we took her to
Did
puppy.
she take good notes? Is she a good student yet, or
She's all right.
is she having some trouble?
She's kind of like we're thinking about getting her on Ritalin, I think.
Okay,
She's
yeah.
definitely.
You know, the terriers, they tend to be pretty hyperactive. I think you need to drug that out of them.
Yeah, they were like, well,
She'll never get good at math if you don't give her drugs.
right? The teacher was like, so the reason that she's barking incessantly is because she's scared, and she was. But it was funny because she was like, this dog is just cowering in fear in the corner. That's one fear response. Here's another example of a fear response, and our dog's just like.
But here's the interesting thing about the puppy training.
Mm-hmm.
So she was doing good. She's like already like Bjornson's has already done an amazing job with her.
Thank you.
But we get there and there's this couple with their puppy, and they're training.
What kind of puppies?
Like a
gotta
like
paint
a
a picture.
like a lassie
Collie.
situation.
Like a collie.
Oh, a collie.
A long,
like a
hair-
little,
nose.
like a Shetland or like a big collie.
like a big collie.
like a border
Just a
collie.
big
But
fluffy.
the big fluffy collie, not
sheepdog.
a border collie.
No,
yeah.
like the
Like Lassie.
Lassie.
No,
yes,
yeah.
it was Lassie.
Yeah.
So he was really cute. He was just the cutest puppy.
And it had a J name too. It was
Those
Jasper.
damn things
Jasper.
run all day and all night, right? Are they a lunatic of a dog? They seem like they'd be a lunatic.
They're a sheepdog.
Yeah,
So
pain in the ass.
This kind of
But if you ever
unless you literally own a farm, you should never own that.
But if you
Something
like
like
fall
this.
down a well, like you want
that's
Lassie to
not a
find you, right?
situation.
No.
in almost anyone's.
I thought
life.
I thought I would deal with that a lot more than I did in my.
It's like
adulthood.
quicksand. It's
Yeah.
one of those things. I think John Mulaney had that bit. He's like, I was led to believe quicksand would be a bigger deal. Like
The bigger part of your life.
yeah.
So the funny
Yeah.
thing about that is, so this guy had string cheese on him, and he was
For
giving,
treats.
the
Wasting good string cheese on a damn
and,
dog.
and Janet has never had string cheese before.
Oh, you know.
So
That's
Because we're
people
feeding
food.
her a breed-specific
yeah,
diet.
she gets Boston baked beans every morning. So
the candy, not the actual
the candy, of course.
That
Hello.
shitty
Yeah,
candy.
we want to ramp that up even more.
Yeah.
we go buy it 25 cents. She gets 2 boxes a day.
It's cheap. It's real cheap.
She hears it rip open, the shake of the box, and she goes crazy.
She goes nuts.
Only because it's the only food she gets.
Yeah.
She's always just so hungry. Because it's like straight sugar. It's through the system in 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
she's just sitting there starving. That might be why she barks so
I
much.
think so.
beans.
What other good food is from Boston? Like, what's some other? If we were really feeding her a full Boston
Clam chowder.
clam
Oh,
chowder,
clam chowder?
Chowder.
chowder.
She gets clam chowder for dinner.
Now, does Boston do red or white clam chowder?
White, New England.
It's New England.
I
New England
believe
clam
that's
chowder
a
is
very like
Manhattan
That's a
clam
thing.
chowder is the red.
Oh,
red.
okay.
And
and
I
that's
think-
the clams are red.
No, it's
Tomato
like a
sauce.
tomato base rather than a
versus
cream based soup.
cream based sauce.
Mm.
But
So-
yeah, I think that's
I
that's
hate
how they
both,
tell
so-
if you're a fan of the fucking Yankees.
Yeah.
Eating that red clam chowder.
Clam chowder. Oh, what if you're a Mets fan? Red also.
That's also New York. I mean,
Well,
I was just thinking the first New York. I'm not a sports guy
Why do they have 2 sports? They
Well,
have a lot
because
of
it's a
2
big
sports.
city.
It is. That's true.
So they have
gotta,
just-
they
So-
can't be all together.
who's the guy that just bought the Mets? Who's
I know,
like a
some
billionaire?
Yeah, billionaire just
Didn't
bought the Mets.
Jay-Z buy one of those teams?
No.
No, it was no. This
He
guy,
He would have bought the Knicks because
I think
if he bought one, he would buy.
I think he
basketball,
owns part of the Knicks or the Nets.
probably
Whichever one's from Brooklyn.
Nets. Oh, wait,
Mets.
Mets.
Mets
Mets new owner.
He's like this
Steve,
billionaire.
Steve Cohen.
Steve Cohen.
This dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
like
runs. He runs a hedge fund.
I'd be willing to bet that he hasn't personally played many sports.
But he's a big Mets fan,
Just going by the looks of that guy, he doesn't look like he's
and he's just gonna
scored
drop
a lot of goals.
millions into the team, and so everyone's like, "Well,
Yeah.
I guess the Mets are going to be good now."
The Mets are going to be a contender now.
Well,
Put your money on the
cool.
Mets now. Get in early.
They play baseball.
yeah,
Is that what
they're
they
a
play?
baseball team.
Okay, good to know.
But historically, the Yankees have had more money. It's,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
really,
okay.
all baseball is
The
it's
Yankees have
who
a-
has the most money, and then he's also adding. The reason it's a big deal, he's a tech guy, so he's having a bunch of his people work for him, and like do lots of analytics to have
It's like
the
Moneyball,
best team.
except everybody.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But
So
now
they're
everyone
building-
does that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
they're using
so they-
computers to have the best team
Yeah.
and money.
Yeah, that's fine.
Combination computers and money.
So the Mets are going
Right,
be
to like figure out like to get all the different stats of the players and figure out which people's stats would work the best together.
Yes.
That's a cool algorithm.
Yeah, they're
That's
like
fun.
building algorithms because he has like he's
Shout out to
financed
those people.
all these like startups and,
Yeah.
and tech startups and stuff. So
Why
it's
don't they just use like Tinder
yeah
for
yeah.
building their? You know,
Because I feel like
What if every
I feel
team-
like there's too much slop in there.
there's two. Well, what would be the dating app if you had to use a dating app to build a
to build your
professional?
professional team? Yeah, it's
team.
just
What
just
would
like
that
you
be?
swipe on them.
But like there's
I think it would have to be-
algorithms and dating apps.
It would have to be one of those that's more like an eHarmony where you put in all the different criteria.
Okay.
Yeah, because you'd have to make sure that everyone's strengths play off of the other people's strengths
Yeah.
in order to assemble the strongest team.
Yeah.
What
so
if
that's probably what their algorithms are doing, right?
Probably.
Like they probably taking all these data points and crunching a bunch of numbers and being like, we need a guy with these kind of specs, and then you figure out which dude in the league is like got the closest
Isn't that
to
crazy?
that.
Are we all just walking algorithms? Like
Kinda.
this is like
because it's just like we're all habits.
We're
just
all
a
habits.
collection of habits.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
if
it's just like building a model.
What if they started a new league and every single year they pick teams like grade school style, where there's a team captain.
You.
They're like you. And so it's different every year, because it pretty much is at this point. It's like, except the team captain's just people with money, teams with money, and they're just buying. They're like, we want you. We'll pay you twice your salary just to be on our team.
Oh man, but then it would all be based on like who was friends with who.
That would be great.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
like,
no.
don't pick him. He
The
totally
teams-
didn't show up to my birthday
Here's the
party.
thing: the
last
teams would start to suck because it would just become the people who were the best at being like friends with everybody, and then
Well-
like those people may not actually be the best at the game, and then the teams would all suck.
I mean that
would be hilarious.
What you said is so true across all factors of life.
yeah.
Like you don't have to be the best at what you do. It's just who you know.
And
a lot of times.
Yeah, it is that to get in
Yeah.
the door. Now to stay
Yeah.
there, a lot of times it's you actually have to
Yeah.
deliver.
Yeah.
But like to get there,
Like doctors.
yeah,
Like
like
that,
if you
you know.
if you get a job as the head surgeon
Yeah.
because of who you know, and then it turns out you
Dude.
can't chop somebody open,
You might.
you might not last too long.
The funny thing,
You know, enough people's head falls off
Yeah.
after they leave your office.
Lost another one, hun.
You're gonna be
Whoa.
like, all right, it turns out Steve.
No, honestly,
Steve's
though,
a good guy at the party, but
all jokes aside, straight up, like a lot of my family's in the field of
and that's how they
of
get jobs.
doctory.
and that's how they get jobs.
No, it's not how they. Well, kinda. And like, if you are not well liked, you can be like blacklisted from certain hospitals, and like,
And you could be, like,
and it's
the
very
best-
in such. It doesn't matter totally about skill. There is aspects about like if you are just like an insufferable person and nobody likes you,
Yeah.
you can lose your job over that. It doesn't matter.
I think that
How
now
good
that's
you are.
true in almost any industry
Yeah.
because
I
I feel like
suppose.
there is
You have to be a team player. And
The-
likable
No.
and-
There's
the
one.
interaction.
There's one.
What?
The army. Like the military. You can be insufferable. That is where you go. Because it's all about rank, and you have to
Sure.
listen to what they say, even if they're a complete asshole. Actually, if they are, that's probably how they got to where they are.
That's true. Although you've seen Full Metal Jacket, right?
Yeah.
Beginning where that kid goes crazy, and the drill sergeant who was a dick the whole time. I love that scene. Shot that fucking guy right in the head. Fuck that guy. That guy was a dick, and he had it coming.
Now,
He was so mean to that kid.
so he was an actual drill sergeant. The drill sergeant that played that role.
Yeah.
He was a drill sergeant.
and that's how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't last.
No.
That wouldn't be a good
Nope.
environment
No,
for me.
I would cry.
I'm too soft. I would cry, and then they would just double down on it. What happens then? Do you just break at a certain point?
I
Like
think you
Janet and the crate?
Yeah, I think you just go crazy. Like
think
that
you-
kid in Full Metal Jacket. That's your dog was almost there.
She was.
Oh
she
my
was
God.
she was looking at you through the top of her
Yeah.
eyes like that.
and okay, so
Was she doing that? Was she looking
So
at you
the
like this?
first night we had her, like you would think somebody was just murdering her in the crate, and I
torturing
and
her.
I was looking at Bjorn. And I was like,
Bjorn was telling me that he wanted to.
I mean, we were there. It was horrible, and I kept looking at Bjorn, and I was like, I don't like. She's like crying for help, and like my first inclination was like, I need to get her out of there and help her, because I've only adopted dogs. For
You've-
years,
yeah,
so I've
that
never
we're
had.
past that
I've never
point.
had a 7-8 week old puppy, so I didn't realize what was going on. And he's like, "No, we just gotta work through it." And I was like, I cannot. Like, I think it was 7 hours straight of just yelling.
No,
in
she
the
didn't
crate.
stop all night. Like,
Yeah.
it never stopped. And then the weird part is you're supposed to wait till they stop to let them out. But
Yeah.
then if they just don't stop, like you're just like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Just a warning for anybody looking for a puppy. Like, just the first few nights are hell.
Yep.
Are hell. But it
Noise
paid off.
canceling headphones.
Well,
sounds
no.
like
Here's the
key.
thing that worked. Jazz music.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jazz music. Like, so we after the second night, we were both just at our wits' end.
I remember seeing you guys that week, and you guys were both just like,
Yeah.
I had not
We were
slept
zombies.
for
We were
2 days.
yeah.
But jazz music. So so now, and we still do it every night. It's on Alexa. So the government knows too.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah. We're like, Alexa, play jazz.
play cool jazz for
Cool
4
jazz.
6
And
to
this is
6
why
hours.
you guys are going to jazz concerts now. You've
I
become
like
fans of
jazz.
jazz.
Well, here's actually how it happened. The jazz music was, I listened to jazz instrumental music on the Alexa all the time, like during the day. When I'm like just doing stuff, I like to have like some light noise, and I like jazz. And so, but because it's an algorithm, when I said play calm music, that's literally what I said, because I was at my wit's end and I was just like, Paul's like, I think I read something about playing. It might have been this like sleep induced like brain of like looking up like what to do with a real baby and, when it won't stop crying.
Yeah.
But it was like play light music, and so I was just like, I don't know, play calming music. I was like, I don't even know what the fuck that is. But then Alexa's like, getting a playlist based on your listening history, and then it was like cool jazz. And my theory is part of it is all of like the saxophones being like it kind of sounds like a dog or something, and she's like, oh wait, what are you saying? Like some of the jazz kind of sounds like a dog. And there's just like, it's complex music, and she's like, we also got that little her mommy too.
Oh yeah,
her mama.
her doll with a heartbeat with a heating pad in there. But we only used that for
I know
a couple weeks.
Yeah, and then we left it on all day, and the battery died.
Yeah.
So I just kind of stopped.
But it
using
did help a lot.
Yeah.
Like that was
So
totally
it was
worth
like
it.
a stuffed animal
It
that
was
had
like it was like a teddy bear.
but
kind
it was
of.
warm and
But
had a heartbeat.
You could put a heating pad in it. You can put a heartbeat
like
thing
a
in
hand
it.
warmer. You put
Yeah.
hand
Oh.
warmers in it.
But that it pulses
Yeah.
and makes
Yeah.
it.
Dun 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 dun.
Oh,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so it felt like she had something
She
with
had
her.
her mom with her.
Oh.
Yeah, because we also had to think she was literally dropped off to us, and her siblings are gone. She doesn't have her mom there anymore. So I would probably be yelling in a cage for even longer than that.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah. So
And you can't like explain to her any of it because she's a dog.
No, but yeah.
Yeah.
But she's great now. Well, I mean, she's like almost there.
She's so close. She cries a little bit when we leave sometimes,
Yeah.
but for the most part, she's gotten really good.
How does
And-
she get along with Bucket?
Oh, they have a great time. They
Okay.
play. He's really, really good with other dogs.
That's good.
That's good. I mean, she definitely bugs him, and he's like not a morning dog. And she's like, because like we go to eat breakfast, and she just is like, yeah, let's do this, let's play, and like biting his ears, and he's just like, oh my god, I just woke up. Like, can you not? And then after his walk, after he eats and has a walk, then he's like, okay, I'm ready to play now, and then he'll play with her. But a big deal thing happened today. She jumped up on the couch, which has been his sanctuary. So that's a whole new world for her. And now he can't just hang out on the couch and just look at her as she's just like just jumping at him.
Oh. So he's gonna have
And
to
I
climb higher.
And I missed it. It was like watching baby's first steps. All of a sudden, Bjorn's like, she did it. And I'm
She's
cooking.
up
I'm
there.
like, she did what? And I look, I was like, oh man, she's on the couch.
Yeah.
Because she's been trying for a good solid month. Every day trying to get up there. But yeah, jazz music. And then, we went to a jazz show yesterday.
Yeah, because I actually really
fun.
like jazz.
Nice. How was that? What? Where?
Dude, it's the coolest venue. It's Jack London Review.
Jack
Oh,
London Review.
okay.
It's like in
I've
the
never been
basement.
there, but I've heard of it.
It's this building. It's like rent-controlled apartments, and then there's a bar in the first floor, and
Where
it's
is
a
it?
pool
Is it
hall.
downtown?
Yeah,
It's like
downtown.
Alder and 4th.
Okay.
But it's like a pool hall, and then you go
It's a
downstairs
historic building.
into the basement, and it's like a comedy club. It would be so good for comedy.
I think somebody's done a show there.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, I think Robbie.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
No, that does sound right. Yeah, no, it is perfect for a comedy show. It feels like a comedy club. It's like super dimly lit, low ceilings, like it's a cool stage and
Expensive cocktails.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
It was just all.
dude, I don't. I think I normally just drink beer or something, but I got like the sticker shock when I got our bill of like $150.
Oh shit! What did you guys drink?
G&Ts, and then the cherry on top of the one I shouldn't have ordered. I should have just gotten the check at that point. But I got us one of my new favorite drinks because it makes me kind of fun and loopy, and it makes Paul worry that we might get kicked out, so we leave because he's talking too loud about people that are there. It's like, dude, this isn't your phone. Like, they are right there, and it is a quiet space.
I could be a little loud. At
But
times.
what's the drink?
Tequila Mule?
Oh, a tequila mule.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just tequila and what else is it?
Ginger beer
ginger beer and lime.
Lime syrup. And
So I would like to formally apologize to anybody that was around me last night.
the guy who you were like, look at how small his feet are. Bjorn, look at how small his feet are. I bet his dick's really big.
That's complimentary.
Yeah, I was.
And then I was like,
Easier to buy shoes, and he's got a big dick.
I was
It's 2 for 2.
Like
Did I
two
really
pairs.
say that second part?
Yes.
And literally, he's about as close as me.
and you're like, and then you got like really serious. You're like, that the whole thing about feet and dick size, it's not true. I've met some guys with really tiny, petite little feet and big old.
I don't remember saying this at all.
I was like,
That's nice. You
He's
threw
right
the guy
there.
a bone.
And he was on a date,
He was
I believe.
definitely
It was
on, like,
date
a-
1, 2, or 3.
We
So
were
I
like-
was helping him out.
Yeah, there you go.
I
That
was
girl was
I
like,
was like, don't worry about his feet. He's probably packing some heat.
hey, it rhymes. That's a slogan.
yeah,
Don't worry about the feet.
he's
Probably packing heat.
I like it.
Say it like a nursery rhyme.
Yeah,
I think I got that song quote from The Sound of Music.
yeah.
Yeah, that
it was-
sounds
yeah.
like the
Don't
kind of
worry
content
about
that was
his
in there.
So anyway, I didn't realize how drunk. I mean, I got
Well,
there.
it was like, and
It was that tequila.
You were
mule.
like 2 sips into it, and you're like, "Oopsie daisy!"
Oh
Like,
no,
you knew it.
I knew the moment it hit me where I was like, okay, Paul, loud mode.
It was.
going on
I
now.
was like, we were whispering earlier, but now we're yelling.
And I think at one point he kept looking at me, and I was like, Bjorn, I think he can hear me. Am I being really loud right now?
and I was like, yes, he absolutely can hear you.
What is the thing with drinking, though, where you always have one more than you should have?
Right?
Because I always, whenever I go out and actually, like, drink more than, like, a couple of beers, like, if I'm going to get a little drunk, you always drink that last one that's, like, pretty much the reason you're hungover the next day.
Exactly. Because
And
same.
it's the worst.
I'm just like, and I got it. It was like our, I don't know, 4th.
It's a number of times I've gone out and I've had like beers all night, and then at the end of the night, for some dumb reason, I order like whiskey.
Yeah.
And then I feel like I want to die the next day. And I'm like, well, I shouldn't have gotten whiskey.
That
And I knew
whiskey.
it at the time. I always walk up to pay my bill. And then I'm like, yeah, fuck it.
No,
let me
that's
get up.
exactly what happened. I went to pay the bill, and then I ordered this drink, and then I went back and I was like, hey, we're going to need some quesadillas, some tacos. We got to put some stuff in this man.
We got a quesadilla. He got a quesadilla when he brought the tequila mules.
Yeah, and they cut it into thirds. Who
That's
does that?
Who does that?
People who are
It's
bad
a
at math.
Full
dude.
size. Like, why are we doing an
This
odd
is
number?
why you got to give your dog drugs. People are bad at math, and it hurts others.
Excuse me, can I get a knife so I can cut this quesadilla correctly?
Now I have to figure out what the #1 drug is in Boston so we can keep.
heroin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
probably. It's a cold place with a lot of whites. That's heroin.
It's heroin.
Yeah.
They were on painkillers. They had to switch because
Yeah.
it was cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
they got
heroin.
a big medical industry over
Heroin.
there. Yeah, there's some trickle down.
Oh my god. Okay, we are pretty far into the podcast. We should talk about this Pilsner that I'm pretty much done with.
That I am done with, and would like another one.
Oh, okay.
I could go grab. How many
Yeah.
do we
Oh,
need?
it's a limited
I don't
release.
want another one.
Just the one.
Just one? Or you? Yeah. So this is the Ecliptic Phyllis? Pixis?
The Pixis?
Pixis.
How do you say that?
How do you
Pixis.
order that?
I would like the pie.
Can I get the Ecliptic Pilsner?
I think most places you'd probably just be like, let me get the Pilsner. Or if
yeah.
it's one of those places with 80 beers, you say, I want the number
I wonder if-
63.
I wonder if
Yeah.
that's a star because they have like stars and it's
Yeah.
like a galaxy. I bet you that's a name. It's named after a star.
Yeah, Pixis. I bet it is. Because
Pixis?
I think Pixis. Pixis.
Pixis.
Yeah, that'd be Pixis. There's no PH.
It sounds like...
Or is
yeah,
the
why
P-
am I saying Pixis?
I don't know.
I just thought, I was like, PY, that kind of looks like a PH, so let's...
Yeah, if you turn the Y upside down, that could arguably be an H.
Yeah. so
Amongst other letters that it could be, you know?
Yeah, I mean that'd be a weird H.
But
yeah, but, you know, people have bad handwriting.
I'll have to say, here's the description. Noble hops complemented this balanced Pilsner, finishing crisp and refreshing. Pixis is our spin on this classic German soil lager.
Okay. I don't tasted like a beer to me.
No, it does. It's like
It tastes like a pretty standard Pilsner beer.
Mhm.
I don't know. I liked it.
I think it's a little too hoppy.
too high. See, I was like thinking I kind of like this, but
So
I was
that
surprised
yeah.
that you were. But I think a Pilsner hoppy is like a different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this does
Finish
like
to
when
it.
I saw the Pilsner, I was like, oh, thank God, no IPAs.
Yeah.
But this is hoppy, so it's almost like an
It's
this is
like a
an-
Portland Pilsner.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hoppy Pilsners here.
Yeah, and
I feel like, I don't know. I like them because I like a mild IPA, and so a hoppy Pilsner is to me kind of in that same bracket, where it's got a
Yeah.
little hops kick to it, but
Yeah.
it's not a dick measuring contest of hops.
So
yeah. But here's the thing:
your tongue's like my tongue's falling off. This is good.
Well, some of them it's just like this is obviously bad, but we all have to pretend to be tough.
Why does this feel like I just
Like triple
put
the hops.
dandelions in my mouth?
Like anything that says Imperial IPA
Yeah.
is I'm gonna hate that.
Yeah, no,
I don't even try.
I can't. This is about as far IPA as I want to go. Because
Oh,
to
really?
me, although it's a Pilsner, this on my mouth reads IPA.
It definitely, it's got the little hops kick to it.
So-
I think that might be why I like
And
it.
they should have said that
That's
a little bit
what I
more and bigger, like with
Yeah.
hops. So that way, if I'm
Yeah.
at the store, I'd be like, oh, that's not the Pilsner I'm going to get.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the Pilsner that doesn't have hops is like Miller Lite, a fine Pilsner beer.
Which is what I love.
Yeah.
I like a Miller Lite.
Well, usually a Pilsner is just like an expensive light beer.
Yeah.
It's really what it is.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, I usually, if I'm like in the mood for not a wild beer, I usually find the lager or the Pilsner on the craft beer menu and just be like, yeah, the cheap one.
Dude, I've
Yeah.
gone full basic. If I'm in that, I'm just like salsa.
Seltzer?
Yeah, seltzer.
I don't like seltzers that much. I've tried, like, every now and then I want like a White Claw or something along those lines.
I don't like White Claw, but I like
But-
a lot of the other ones.
I've tried a lot of them. I don't want them
They
ever.
have some really
Like-
good ones at Neighbor's Tap Room.
Yeah, where
That's
we
like-
do our show.
That's
Yeah.
that's all well and good, but like there's never a time where I'm like, you know what would really hit the spot more than anything else is a seltzer. That
Dude, I was sitting
I've
in
never had that
Hot
thought.
day,
direct
hot day
sunlight.
in a pool. Yes.
I-
Like
No,
it's-
hot day in a pool, Corona with a fucking lime in it,
Oh,
dude.
see.
This almost tastes like a heavy Corona.
Yeah.
No, I want a regular Corona
I know,
with
but
lime in
this-
it.
Mm.
Hot day in a pool. That's a
I
good.
wonder if this would be better with a lime in it.
Or just like an ice cold like light beer.
Yeah.
Like an ice cold Busch Light.
Yeah.
That's great on a hot day.
Yeah. Do you not like sweet? in
Not
your
really.
drink?
Not in drinks.
So
no, not really.
Because most seltzers
Yeah.
do read a little sweet.
Yeah, I think that's a big one for me. Is I don't love all the sugar. Like I don't really drink pop anymore. You know, like
Yeah.
actual soda.
But you like sours.
I like sour beers,
Yeah.
but they're not sweet. They're kind of fruity.
They're-
like they have a fruit type of flavor.
They're a little
but they're
tarty
not.
sometimes.
But they're not like sweet, sugar sweet.
Yeah. I had a sour beer that had maple in it the other.
That's weird.
It was like a apricot maple
Yeah.
sour. It was
Was it
really,
good?
It was really good.
I'll try any of those
Yeah.
things, but I definitely I had one a couple weeks ago that was about as sour as I've ever had a sour beer be. It was like super sour.
like lips puckered up like
Yeah,
a butthole
like-
sour.
drinking a
Any
a
of
lemon.
the cherry
Oh,
cherry
okay.
sours
Like it was
that I've had.
it was intensely sour.
Oh, I kind of want to try that.
It was at a place called Function. You guys should check out Function. You would like it.
Where's that at?
It's over in my neighborhood.
Okay.
And every month they get a new. It's like a bar, but every month they have a rotating
Yeah.
like new, like brewery or whatever that
like
has
a
all their
guest
beers. There.
taps.
Yeah.
We need to go over there more because like I haven't been to the Pearl
Mm-hmm.
in so long that even if I just walked around that neighborhood, except when we go to your
Office.
your office,
My
but
neighborhood
they're
is
so
fun.
it's a great
Yeah.
neighborhood, and I always forget about it.
Up 21st has like 50 places you could go, and then 23rd has another like great restaurants, bars,
Yeah.
all that shit.
There's so much to do in Portland, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy because like sometimes I'm like, oh, I want to try that place out, and I'm like, oh no, it's like 3/4 of a mile away. I
Yeah.
can't, like,
Yeah.
and it's so
Nah.
stupid. Like that's nothing.
Oh, I
but,
get stuck in that too, where I'm like, I want to.
I don't want to go over the
dude.
bridge.
I'm
I
not
don't wanna
driving
do the
somewhere. Why
bridge.
would I drive? I will say when I had COVID, that was I did still go out. I would just like go to drive-throughs. Like I went and got a Blizzard. I drove out to
Oh.
Beaverton to go to a DQ so I
Yeah.
could get a Blizzard.
Wow. That's right next to where I work.
The DQ?
Uh huh.
up on the hill.
I go there sometimes for lunch.
It was great. I
Like
love
when I'm on a
DQ.
diet, that's where I'll go.
That's where you'll go on a
Yeah.
diet. You get a
Like,
nice
sorry,
flamethrower
Wendy.
burger.
No Wendy's or McDonald's for me. Sticking with the DQ.
That's what I got the next day was
Yeah.
Wendy's. I went and got a Wendy's and a fucking Frosty. Frosties are fire, dude. So good.
I figure I go get the
But I was like,
chicken
I
strip
couldn't do.
basket.
I couldn't
with the
do-
Texas toast, baby.
Yeah, Texas toast. That's bread. That's the bottom of the food
Yeah,
pyramid.
I want my bread breaded and my chicken breaded.
Yeah. Breaded chicken with bread and then fries on the side.
But do you have like a garden sauce, like,
Yeah,
like a
like
sweet
a
and
vinaigrette.
sour vinaigrette?
To dip it in.
DQ, so good though. That's where I got your birthday.
Birthday
Remember
cake.
when I got you a birthday cake?
Yep.
And
Oh,
put it
you
in
got
the
an ice cream
freezer?
cake from
Yeah.
DQ?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
the
Oh,
party.
those are so
the party
good.
you
The
went
party
to.
you were
Oh,
at.
shit.
But he
But
got so
I got
drunk, he totally forgot
I
about
forgot
it.
You
that I
forgot
got
about
it.
the cake?
Yes,
Son of a bitch.
So we ate it for.
I'm mad now.
A
I like
solid
those.
week.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah,
He
that
just
was
totally
fucking
forgot about getting it because everyone was just like doing
Because
shots.
everybody
But
was
honestly,
drinking.
I feel like that was the
3
the
full bottles
least
of
of my
liquor.
offenses that night was forgetting that because that was insane.
Because we got back to, and you were like, I had a cake, ice cream cake for you. And I was like, you're joking. And then he pulled it out of the freezer.
Full ice cream
All right,
cake out.
well, the nice
Oh,
part
that's
was
funny.
then we got to eat ice cream cake for like a solid week.
No, yeah, it was like, and those things like you have to work up to eat because you just don't slice into it like a regular cake.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to get that knife at the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you almost got to heat a knife up that first
Yeah.
time. If it's been in a freezer
Yeah.
too, that's
For sure.
maybe get your stove going on like low.
yeah.
And
just
get a
heat
nice
that.
hot
I
knife.
never thought about that. Oh, that's brilliant. But
What's-
we don't.
well,
we
I
have our
for
stovetop
weed,
is
you
like
do- you
it would
know.
be really weird to do it on ours because it's like that glass.
Yeah, mine is
So
too.
it would
Or
be-
you microwave it. Just microwave it.
Yeah,
for
just
like
microwave your knife. Great idea.
How do you like your ice cream off a knife hit?
It flashes for a little bit, but then it's fine.
Yeah, you might need a new microwave, but that's the price of doing business.
But man, it cuts through that like bada.
Fucking butter kid.
Oh man, is there? I want ice cream cake now.
I
Is there
know.
one around here?
There's like 4 DQs in Gresham.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this very briefly. The middle area of Portland is a fast food desert, and it's really sometimes kind of a bummer.
Well, you know why? It's because for a while they were illegal.
Well, now that they're legal,
I heard the first McDonald's in Portland
Yeah.
was the one close to us right now.
Oh,
Close to where we
really?
are. Yeah. Now there's like several, but there's the original Portland McDonald's.
was like all the way out here
Yeah. Yep. All the way out in the mystery location
in the
that we
boondocks
are.
where we were at.
Here in Gresham.
All right, let's see some shoes.
All right, so it was our 1 year anniversary of exploring the back seat of Paul's Forerunner. And the reason that I was able to know that is because I was like, at one point I was like, when was our first date? We were like talking about it, and then I realized I had put it in my phone
Oh,
that I was going on a date with him so that I didn't forget to go with like reminders and stuff. And then I was just like, oh, I just made another one to repeat every year because I'm so bad with anniversaries. With like a 15-day reminder. Ooh, 15 days from now. I'm not good with that kind of stuff. I forgot it was my birthday one time. Which is funny. All right. This is 5 Low. I've been really, really wanting to get a 5
so Paul
Low.
got you these
Oh, yeah,
for
sorry.
your anniversary.
For
right?
anniversary.
That's
Yeah.
the end of the story you started?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And I got him flowers, which I feel like is what you get when you just bought a brand new car and spent most of your money
I mean,
on the deposit.
dude, flowers are
But I like
expensive.
flowers. I like flowers.
He likes
I've
flowers.
bought flowers. They're not cheap.
You know what I learned though? You don't get lilies for someone.
So he got me lilies.
So I got him lilies.
Wait, what's wrong with lilies?
That's white lilies are what you bring to a funeral. So never buy somebody white lilies.
Yeah, never.
Well,
Unless it's like you're like in
he
the
killed your single life.
Yeah.
for
Oh,
over a year.
Yeah,
Okay,
It was
okay.
to celebrate the death of your singularity.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So then in that case, white lilies are appropriate. No, he got me some beautiful orange lilies, still potted, so they're still blooming. So
he got me lasting flowers.
He got me a houseplant.
I got him a house,
which I love. I have so many plants that I still am trying to figure out in the house.
And
but
none of them had flowers, so I thought it would be kind of cool to have one with flowers. And I picked that one also because it was it said Asian hybrid, which
is what I am. I'm an Asian hybrid.
It's like, oh, I just got it because I was like, I don't know what to get them, and then I was like, ooh, Asian hybrid lily. Here we go, perfect. Bjorn nailing it.
Oh, that's funny.
This is all the shit that no one talks about, but like goes through your brain, where you're just like, you're looking at tons of choices, and you're like, how do I make a choice? And then
you know
see
how
something.
you know how I buy flowers
Huh.
is I go to the place where they sell the flowers, and I say, hey, I want to spend $50. Her favorite color's dark red. I like that one. Do it up. And then they put shit in a thing, and it looks good, and I'm like, tremendous. And I give them the money, and I leave. That's the way to do it.
That's
is you
the way
just
to
be
do it.
like, this color should be in there. $50,
Yeah.
$80, whatever you want to spend, and then they just throw flowers in a thing.
Yep.
That's the way to buy flowers.
So he got me lilies, and I got him these beautiful shoes.
He got me these really
These are
awesome
cool.
shoes. So these are 5 low, which I've been really wanting a 5 low for like a kind of like an everyday. These are what are they called? The Jade Fire Red Black Classic. This is a collaboration.
So they just
with
named all the
Clot.
colors that were on here. They were like jade,
Yeah.
red, black.
I didn't even think to like look it up, but yeah, keep going.
These are cool. I like they're real Christmassy.
They do ring Christmassy.
I like that they got 3 beads and then 2 beads and then 3 beads and then 2 beads. Did a nice little crisscross pattern of 3 and 2.
32. Yeah.
What,
Oh,
23?
23 is what
Why
that
did
is.
I say 32? Jesus.
Oh yeah, because it's
Wait, because wasn't Jordan's number 32?
yeah. Oh, and here's the 23 that's on the heel of every 5.
Oh.
They made it in like 2 bars and then 3 bars on this one.
Oh, that's fun.
The outside there.
And I love that because I knew he wanted a 5 low because I listen to the podcast,
Yeah.
so I can do posts and that kind of stuff. And I know he wanted an everyday one, and I was like, well, these aren't quite everyday because they're satin.
Yeah, they are pretty.
so they're a
fancy.
dressier one, but yeah, I thought they were pretty sweet. So shout out to Bait in Portland because that's
just
where I got
had
the
it.
hookup. Yeah, they had
Yeah.
them.
What did you said you went there to get a different pair of shoes?
Yeah,
though, and then
so-
you saw these and you were like, no, those are better.
Yeah. So so Bjorn, it like obviously the easy thing to get a sneakerhead for a gift is sneakers. And I was like, I got to do something different. And then I get the text from him. Oh no, our anniversary's today. So he updates it on Facebook and all those things. So I was like, oh man, I only have today to get him something. So I had to do some quick digging, and I was like, okay, I remember he wanted the Adidas, the Street Fighter collab that Bait did. So I went there, they had the size, I called ahead, and then I was at the register, and I looked down, and I saw these under the case. I was like, oh no, these are exactly what he wants. Like, so,
And I like red.
Yeah.
I wear a lot of red.
so
that's cool.
I got those.
Nice.
Because I've been digging 5s. I actually, part of the reason that I want a 5 low is because I have the 5 low Golf, and they're really comfortable. And so I was like, oh, this would be like a cool one to have to like wear not golfing. Because it has like the golf spikes on it, so it's like you can't wear it.
Yeah, I know. I really like that colorway. I think that's clean. I think it's a cool shoe. I didn't know it existed.
I didn't even know
and
about
then
it.
you sent me a picture of it, and I was like, oh, that's
Yeah,
pretty
it
cool.
dropped on the 20th of May.
Dude, I have paid the least attention to sneakers ever in the my sneakers signed me out of the app.
What? Oh,
I clicked on it
where
the
you
other
have to
day.
re-download it?
No, I think it's still downloaded, but it was like log in, and I was like, yeah, that's too much work.
That's too
I'm
much.
not buying
I'm not going to
sneakers.
smile at my phone.
Well,
No. I would have to actually type.
Password.
I was locked. I was.
You're like, look down. Fuck off, iPhone.
I don't think I have my password that saved.
No, because you know how it unlocks when it looks at your face.
Right. No, it logged me all
It
the
was
way out.
completely logged off.
It was like you haven't logged in 2 months.
No, but you click on it, and
Yeah.
then you say passwords, and then you have to sit your face, and then it autofills it.
No, mine doesn't do that.
Sometimes you have to
really?
like if it's been long enough.
I don't know. There's a
and write
chance
it
I
in.
just never set that up in my account.
I'm
But
so
yeah.
bad with passwords. All of my passwords are the like suggested Apple one that's like
Just
40
random,
characters
just
long.
random ass characters. Yeah,
And it's like, I've never.
You use that?
Yeah.
I use it on Google.
Oh,
I use it on Chrome for like.
I heard
It
this.
kind of depends on which thing it is, but if it's something I'm not going to use a lot of, I definitely will use those.
Got it.
I learned a thing from somebody. They said the most secure thing to do is to use that suggested password, but then you have a master password for your account. So like for your so you'd know that one, and then all you have to know is the one that holds all of the passwords.
Yeah, I just
And then it's thumbprint. So, but that one on my computer is literally my fingerprint, and then on my phone it's literally my face to unlock all of my passwords, which are those long ass things. And I've just heard that's the most secure, because I would just be like, I don't know what I changed that.
I just
to.
use my email as my password on everything.
Yeah, just.
So is that not secure?
I have
No,
a feeling
but-
I know some of your passwords because we are like, try this one when we get logged out of like anything, or like for the
Well, because you know
For
how
the
like you
PlayStation.
have to change your password for certain things, and then all of a sudden, like I have that same password, but 10 different iterations of
Iterations
it.
of it.
Like try it with this on the end. Try
Yeah.
it with this on the end.
put
so
an at symbol at the end.
so we went.
Now try it
we
with an
went 3
exclamation
days without
point.
TV in the living room,
Yeah,
or no,
because-
TV in the bedroom because we had to redo something, and then finally I was like, oh no, I
No,
think.
we found we had like our PlayStation had logged out of the internet,
Okay.
and we needed to log back in.
And you forgot the Wi-Fi
And
password?
we were putting in the wrong password is what we learned, because then like, oh my God, I was like setting up another device, and I was like, and the password is this, because I put it in 1,000 times, and Paul's like, no, it's not, it's actually this other one. I was like, we're just putting the wrong, like I was mad one night because we were I wanted to watch something. I'm like messing with it, like we're resetting the router, everything.
And when if there's something broke, he just does everything.
I will not stop until it's
everything.
fixed.
So it was
Oh,
like
I remember you texting us from your computer because you locked yourself out of your phone that one day. And you just text us all day until it was solved. You were just like, I'm trying this. I'm trying this. I'm trying this.
Yeah, I was very upset. I'd locked out. No, I mean, you know that from like doing the podcast,
Yeah.
because it's like there'll be something broken, and I just like laser in on it, and then I get very upset when it won't work, because I feel like I know how things work. I mean, even just like I cracked how to record comedy shows better, and I'm so happy because I was struggling with something, and then I realized something about it. I was trying to run, and it's an AV issue that I should have known, which we experienced here with like the headphones.
Oh, okay.
It was like I was trying to run a headphone jack into I was stepping it up into an XLR cable and then expecting it to go to 100 feet, which there's not enough power from a
Oh,
headphone.
yeah,
Remember?
yeah.
Like we couldn't even get these headphones to come straight out of the thing. We had to boost them
Yeah.
to be on a thing that far away, so that we can actually hear the stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's so
we had
nerdy
to
and
set. We had
stupid.
to do a lot of trial and error to get this whole studio.
I
to
could
work.
imagine because there's a lot of wires here.
There are a lot of
There's
wires.
a lot of wires here,
wires, but
but it's pretty cool.
it's
fun.
yeah, and it all
Yeah.
works now.
So Bjorn, with these shoes that Paul got you, what do you think? Are you gonna blow the back out of these, or are these gonna be a Pavement Princess?
Well, I had the original intent is I wanted to blow the back out of a pair of, I wanted like an everyday wear that I would do, but these are satin, so, and they have this clear like translucent sole that has like the Jumpman on one, and then they're like that clot
The clot logo.
thing that kind of reminds me of like the anime that we said wrong on a previous episode, and Paul was very upset about.
What anime did we talk about? That
You guys were calling it's oh man,
Naruto?
now I'm gonna mess it up.
Naruto? It's not Naruto.
No, it's
you
not
told
Naruto.
me
It's-
Naruto?
Naruto.
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 Oh, I
Naruto.
can't even, no, that's not even right. Okay, we're gonna have to get back to that. I was
And you're like, you guys need to apologize. I was like, okay. And
Naruto.
Naruto. because it was like a collaboration sneaker with basketball
You
player.
guys kept saying not. I forgot.
We
what you
probably
said.
said Naruto.
Naruto, I think is what we were saying.
That's the guy that like runs with his arms behind him or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what those nerds that were trying to break into Area 51. They were talking about running in there like him.
Oh, that's
That's all I know about it.
That's so funny. So yeah, these are probably going to be Pavement Princesses. Let's see if I can. Yeah.
She is a princess.
Because of the clear translucent sole and the fact that like I literally wanted to wear these the night that he got them for me because I had the comedy show and but then because of the sole I wanted them to be clean for when we did the episode.
I feel like
No,
these
they're
are
cool.
I think these are like a wedding sneaker.
Ooh, and they came with black laces, which I'm probably
Yeah,
gonna
you throw
swap.
the black laces in there, and you
It's a
could
little less
kind of get away with those
Christmas.
with a suit.
Yeah.
If
like
you were
could
trying
wear
to do
those,
the whole suit with
like
sneakers
holiday
thing,
party,
Yeah.
like
Totally holiday party.
holiday
those are
party.
definitely a Christmas party sneaker.
like
for
that.
sure.
You could wear like a cool pair of like slacks with,
Mhm.
and like that cool hip like suit with sneakers. That is like a perfect shoe. For that.
Yeah,
That
and I like,
that's one you could do it with.
I like a lot of the details on it. Like I like the 3M like woven into the lace that's on the black lace as well. There's like little shiny hits on the like shark tooth and then it's got the classic side paneling, and then the inside is like satin and it's very Chinese, like Chinese New Year is what it like reminds me. This seems like a Chinese New Year type shoe to me.
Yeah, I get that.
With that satin and stuff, and I think that's pretty rad. I'm stoked on them. But they're probably going to be things like, holiday party or like kind of a special. This feels like a special occasion as opposed to like a blow the back out type
Yeah,
thing.
that'd be. I feel like those wouldn't look that good like beat.
No, I don't think they would either. And it would bother me if they got scuffed, that type of thing. So, yeah.
Well, I'm glad you like them.
I'm stoked. I think that's going to do it for this episode, though. Nick, do you want to take us out?
Sure. If you guys enjoyed this episode, hit that like button. Subscribe to us on Apple, on iTunes, on that's the same thing. Spotify. Where else are we? Amazon. We got YouTube. We got video on Amazon, on YouTube, and on Spotify.
Yeah.
We're everywhere. Go on social media. Go ahead and give us a like. We're at Size 10 Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Bjorn, what are your shows coming up?
Oh, I have every Thursday. I have Bangers Comedy at Neighbors Tap Room, 8:00, and then every third Saturday I have Vibe Comedy at Curious on third Saturday, and it's at 9:30. But before we go, I just want to thank Paul for coming and doing the show.
Yeah,
and was
thank
there
Paul
someone
for
you wanted to?
doing
We got a special shout
Instagram.
out, right?
Who do I do?
Oh,
Yeah, we got to shout out Terry.
Oh,
One of our most
yes.
hardcore listeners, not the producer Terry,
Okay.
but his coworker.
Terry Dodson.
Yeah.
You beautiful person who
Like
I
she's like a hardcore fan. She
Her
listens to all of them.
and her family. She's a hardcore listener, and I get the pleasure of working with her every day. So Terry, this is for you. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I know you are smiling and totally gagging over the fact that we're mentioning you right now. But
Yeah.
Terry, we love you.
And hopefully she listens all the way to the end.
Yeah, because what if she doesn't? And
What are you talking about?
so this is a test, Terry. This is a test.
It's
All
like,
right.
oh, they're doing the appeals. Time to.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye.